Today I only have one goal: to get back on the top 500 leaderboard in No Hesi. Because as you can see, I've been pushed out of the top 500 and that is not okay. Now, I was certified a few weeks ago with the help of 3 other players that boosted me. But today, we are gonna get certified solo to prove that I don't need anyone to carry me. So, oh my god, okay. I'm the one who carries. By the way, my last solo attempt ended at 400 million, but I played in the realistic physics server, which gives more bonus points, but then again your car is slower. So today, we're gonna play on normal server instead, which hopefully allows us to get points faster because we go faster, but we'll see. And as for the car, I chose myself the BMW X3 because it is one of the newest cars that they've added into No Hesi servers, and also I love SUVs. So going into the server, there is something I recommend you do. Click on this second icon and choose the very first setup, which is grip for me over here. For you it might be different. But to have better visibility, I'm not going to use the first person view. I'm actually gonna go to the right side in exactly on the center of the cockpit over here, and then I'm gonna move up to go through the roof to have so-called roof cam view or hood cam view, whatever you want to call that. Now, since our car is black, we're also gonna change the car color to something else, because if I look in the center of the screen, I need to be sure I know where the left side and right side of my car is. Right now it just blends in with the road, which is horrible. It needs to be something bright, so any color you want. I think I'm gonna go with red. Now, since we are solo, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 lives, so we can tap 3 times and the score will not go to 0. As you can see, the points are rolling in. All we have to focus on is not crash. Now, over here, I did tap once, so I have 2 lives remaining. So what I do is crash on purpose into the barrier to get rid of the rest of the lives. As you can see, it reset it back to 3. Below the cam, you can see these slashes. Those are your lives. So after resetting to 0, we can try again. Tap twice to reset the whole thing, because it's gonna be more difficult from you later on with less lives, okay? It is just not worth continuing if you tap in the very beginning of your run. So just a little tip from the goose over here. But over here, locked in, I believe this is my second run over here. And I'm just trying not to crash, because the more you crash, the more you're gonna wear yourself out mentally. Like, you can't do a good run after like 10 attempts. It is just physically not possible. You'll just wear yourself mentally out. So I'm trying to take it steady and also focus immediately, like from start to finish on those very first attempts, because that is where you're possibly gonna get the most points compared to those later attempts that, you know, you're gonna be tired and your eyes are all blurry and all that. But over here, had to immediately brake not to take the tight gap over here. Again, playing it super safe. It's okay to like brake and do like a little loop-de-loop around the car, completely fine. But we are rolling up to 9 million points over here, which is pretty good pace. Now, speaking of lives, yes, if you play solo, you do have 3 lives. But if you play with a crew, then none of you have any extra lives. And yes, this No Hesi season, you can form up to a 4-man crew, which means all of you will get bonus points for driving close to each other. This is actually how I managed to get my 2 billion in the first place, that you can see on the top left corner, 2.1 billion. Although it is not enough, as you can see, we are in 676th place. That means we have been pushed at the leaderboard. The way that happens is more and more people improve their scores, and so your score will be going down on the leaderboard every time somebody improves their score, or like a new player joins and beats your score, right? So to keep your certification, you have to be in the top 500. I don't know why it is top 500, but it is. And by the way, if you go into nohesi.gg/leaderboard, all the leaderboard scores are over there as well, visible for everybody. So it's kind of a nice thing to like keep track on, like how other players are doing. You can see how long their run was, what their average speed was, how long they traveled, what car they used, and obviously their name as well, right? And by the way, the 2 billion that I previously got, which is currently my best record on this No Hesi season, I did that with a 4-man banger crew. I had Nitrate, who is one of the best No Hesi players. I think recently he got up to number 6 position on the leaderboard in No Hesi. but he used the crew as well. And the rest of the crew were the very top players who both have been like #1 in previous No Hesi sessions. So I had an incredible crew to boost me up to 2 billion, which when we did that gave me like 300-ish place on the leaderboard. But obviously now we've been pushed down. So this is why we're trying this attempt today to get certified once again, because we have fallen off, as you can see. But the points are rolling in pretty good, over 75 million already, which is a very good start. You gotta keep an eye on the bonus points as well. You see these bonuses like 7x, 19x, 16x, even 31x there. Those are like proximity and aggressiveness bonus points. So what I mean by that is, you can't just stay in 2 lanes. You have to use all of the lanes while passing as many cars as possible and as close as possible. And these tight cuts are very good for those bonus points if you basically pass 2 cars at the same time. But going back to the 4-man crew, the reason we only got 2 billion, I think, was because we were driving very carefully, especially me, because I did not want to ruin the run, so I did held back. But today, driving solo, we can absolutely go bananas. Nobody's gonna, ram us from behind, and nobody's gonna brake check us in front of us, so we can just full send it. So this is why I'm kind of confident that today it will happen, because we are solo, no limitations, car feels good, the BMW X3, and almost 200 million points already on the second attempt today, which is pretty good result. We haven't lost our hearts as well, our lives I mean, and you don't want to lose any of those, because every time that you lose a life, you also significantly lose a portion of your score as well, which I didn't know, but yeah, you do. So if you tap, not only do you lose a life, but like 10% of your all of this score as well, which you're gonna have to, get back. So it's really not worth tapping, even though I'm sometimes going really close over here. And something that you might notice, the daytime in this server is fixed. So if you play on the Shotoku or any other map that the No Hesi servers have, you will struggle sometimes with nighttime, which means it's gonna be almost pitch black. Of course, you can enable headlights and high beams to make it easier. But this map specifically, I believe this is called the 415, they have fixed the daytime cycle, so it never goes fully nighttime. It's kind of like lingering in between daytime and nighttime, but it will never go full nighttime. So this is pretty good, especially if you're getting older and you're, visually impaired like me. Then avoiding nighttime is pretty good. So this is why I kind of wanted to try it in this server, and I hate nighttime. I want to have good visibility. So this server is perfect for that, with the hood cam as well. We can kind of see ahead, even like above the car that is right in front of us. We know how many cars are in front in what lane, so visibility is good, and we have daytime. Now, we gotta keep in mind the AI cars are sometimes very weird. So, what I mean by that, they merge in weird places and sometimes they glitch as well. And we are right now 450 million, so we actually already kinda beat our previous score. Yes, I tried to play solo as well last time. I was playing on the realistic server and I ended up at 400 million. So we have already beat my personal best solo score. But we have a lot of ways to go to beat the 2 billion, and we probably need over 3 billion in total to get like a top 500. But pretty much half a billion currently, 492 over here, 493 and going up. So half a billion, and we have been driving for 10 minutes. You can see the timer, 50 minutes and 40 something seconds remaining currently. So we are kinda on pace. We would have to go a little faster, I think, based on the timer, or maybe we're good. No, we would have to go a little faster, I believe, to like get 3 billion. So definitely gonna ramp up a little bit over here. Also, I've seen like comments as well, and some people are confused. Like this comment, what does a certification give you? I've seen those comments. So guys, the reason why we want to get certified is we get a Discord role, okay? We get access to certified tech channels in No Hesi Discord, as well as, you know, those special certified voice channels, and of course on top of that you get bragging rights, right? Since No Hesi is extremely popular, to get and stay in the top 500 leaderboard is just impressive, okay? And even if you're in this server in the lobby right now, if you see another car and you have names enabled, you will see above their name if they are certified or not. So it's just kind of like a flange plus to get access to, I believe, some new cars as well, certified cars or servers. Yeah, I believe you get access to like servers as well that are only accessible for people that have gotten into top 500 certified. So it gives you bonuses. But we are now at 700 million flat, which is good. We have 14 minutes remaining, so the pace is looking better right now. We also gotta keep an eye on the combo. So combo is right now at 8.4k. And the more aggressive you drive, the higher the combo will be. It will go higher and higher over time. So this is what we need to keep an eye on. Yeah, below the cam you can see right now 8.7 combo is raising. The higher the combo, the faster the points will grow. And yeah, I do want to thank Nitro as well for giving me a lot of tips actually. Nitro did tell me like, use as many lanes as possible. Yeah, if you only stay on 2 lanes, you're gonna get like horrible combo, horrible bonus points. Just use all the 3 lanes. If there's 4 lanes, use 4 lanes, okay? But currently on the way to get 1 billion, right? So the heart rate is raising a little bit. So yeah, 900 million right now, almost 1 billion, right? So heart rate definitely increasing. Hands getting sweaty, knees heavy, right? Or I don't know which way it was. Mom spaghetti, either way, right? Definitely, you know, you will feel it halfway during the run. If you have a good run, you will feel it, and you know the tunnel vision will kick in as well. So it takes way more energy than you would understand if you're just watching this in YouTube, okay? But soon the 1 big billion is kicking in, and that's when I kinda realize this is gonna be the run, unless I make a huge mistake, which can happen. If I make a huge mistake right now, I'm probably gonna rage quit, right? Because this is the best run I've done probably ever in No Hesi, at least solo. Points are good. Combo is over 10k now, which is wild. So yeah, the combo needs to grow as high as possible. 1.1 billion. So we're looking really good right now. We got 11 minutes remaining. I know the timer is a little off because we're in billions now. So the timer has been pushed out of the screen. But the pace is good. And again, you can use 1 lane as well. Because I didn't know if I should go like super fast or go slow and do more cuts. So sometimes you can see me just like staying in a single lane. But when I have an option, I will use all 3 lanes. But if there's like a lot of cars in a row, like behind each other, I will just drive besides them and just, you know, grab like high speed points. And if you're wondering, like every like 3 or 4 months, that's when the leaderboards reset. And if you are in the leaderboard when the season changes, then you will actually get a permanent badge, I believe, in No Hesi Discord as well. So even on a new season, people will know that you did get certified. So this is why it's important not only to get certified once, but to actually stay in the top 500. And I believe there are tens of thousands of players playing No Hesi, trying to get top 500. So it's not that easy to like actually stay in the top 500. In the beginning of a season, it's quite easy to get to the top 500, but you're gonna be pushed out just a day or 2 later, okay? So you need to keep improving, keep trying new tactics, new cars, maybe get a crew going on. It is kind of cool. Like the most fun I've had in No Hesi recently was with the crew, with the 4-man crews, with Nitro and his friends. Absolutely having a blast in No Hesi. So yeah, No Hesi is definitely moving up in the world. And by the way, we are almost at 1.5 billion, which is halfway to getting certified on the top 500 leaderboard. So, oh my god, okay. Okay, Jesus grabbed the wheel there for a second, almost crashed into those cars over there. Yeah, that was way too close. Those things can happen. Luckily, I don't know how, I did not tap them. We were probably pixels away. You will shart your pants sometimes because, you know, you think there is a gap, but there is not a gap. And the cars in the lanes sometimes go at different speeds. So if you look ahead, you see there is a gap. But if you're there, the gap has gotten smaller and there's actually no gap. So you have to kind of like make correct moves. Over here there's a merge. Got kind of lucky. I don't know if the correct move is to stay on the left lane or right lane. I chose the right lane. But yeah, those merge sections are very confusing. Like right now, I was so lucky again. All the cars were merging to the left lane. And I had to kind of squeeze by and find a gap to go on the middle lane. So a lot of close calls actually, and my blood pressure is just not very healthy right now, I believe my doctor will say. Ask your doctor first if you're allowed to play No Hesi, because it will get pretty intense sometimes. Like you literally feel your heart through the chest, okay? Especially if you're at the end of your run. We currently have 7 minutes remaining, I believe, and we're now 1.7 billion. Which is 80% PB as well. So looks like we're definitely gonna beat our personal best unless we make a mistake. Now the question is, can we get certified? So getting 2 billion is one thing, but getting certified is completely another thing, because we're still missing like 1.3 billion that we would need to get certified, right? But after those close encounters, just, you know, trying to just, you know, cool myself down, trying to breathe it out, you know, get my blood pressure normalized, pretty much being happy that I still have my 3 lives. Because right now, if I would tap, I would lose 10% of all my points, I believe. Now, I've heard that the later taps, oh goodness, almost oversteered there actually, caught it at the very last second. But I've heard like if you tap like the second time and third time, you lose even more than 10%. Might be true. So this is why I'm trying to avoid taps at all costs, because it's kind of demoralizing to get to like 2 billion and then back to 1.9, right? But speaking of 2 billion, we are now, any second, now we are at 2 billion points, and we are almost about to demolish our personal PB, which is very, very motivating. Very motivating. Now, one thing that is not motivating is the fact that I only have 5 minutes remaining on the clock. Yeah, we have a new PB officially now. It even shows you on the score that you have new PB. It's lovely. I love that. So we have actually beaten our PB, which is wild. I got 2.1 billion with a 4-man crew, which is easier than doing solo because you get bonus points for each crew member like around you, right? So I had so much more bonus points, but I guess I was driving more carefully in the 4-man crew, just, you know, being cautious, which kind of like stopped me from getting like really, really good points, I assume. Being solo, you know, you're the only car you have to worry about over here, plus the other cars, so you can just full send it. But yeah, certified 90% actually. Yeah, it shows you that we only have 10% remaining to get certified, but we only have 4 minutes remaining on the clock as well. So we are really close. 10% more to go, so it's not even 3 million at the moment, it's less than that. It's maybe 2.5 billion, I would assume. Yeah, something around 2.5, 2.6, I think. But yeah, very happy with the fact that I managed to beat my crew personal best while driving solo. So that is definitely motivating. 2.4 billion, just kind of peeky and looking like when I actually get certified, because that's when I can go like little off throttle to just kind of take it easy and, you know, get my max points. Because if I tap now, I guess get uncertified, like you will lose points, right? So yes, so you might not even get certified, or maybe you would, but you would lose points. I think if you tap 2 times, you might even not get certified. Yeah, you wouldn't get certified if you tap 2 times right now. But right now, currently, with no taps, it shows you I got certified. So boys, ladies and gentlemen, certified run over here, solo, with a BMW X3. And now, we only have 2 minutes remaining on the clock, and we have all the lives. But again, guys, if I tap right now, I will lose so many points. Tapping multiple times can take this certification away pretty much. Which I know that in the back of my head, so I'm kind of driving slower now. Because I know I only have to heavily focus on 2 minutes and then it's all over and I'm Gucci. So very careful last 2 minutes over here. Still looking at my points, 2.7 billion. I'm really trying to get 3 billion though. So I'm doing a little bit of risky maneuvers here and there, like changing lanes as much as possible. But as you can see, the speed is a little slower than it was like halfway through, right? Now all the cars on the left, grabbing some of those points over here. More cars on the left, so you just go as close as possible, but I am not. As you can see, I'm not even going close to the cars anymore, just passing them at a safe distance, because that is how scared I am. And on the clock, we have only 1 minute remaining, and I really want to get that 3 billion. Only 1 minute remaining, 2.8 billion right now. Can I get 3 billion is the $1 million question, or $1 billion question, right? 2.9 million, only 100 million to get the big 3 billion. And that is a very long minute. There is still a minute remaining. You can't see the seconds on the right side. You can only see the minutes. Now it's less than a minute. So these are the last 60 seconds over here. And we are so close to getting 3 billion. A few more car passes and we got it. We got 3 billion. So right now I'm happy. I'm certified. I went from 2 billion to 3 billion. All I have to do on these last seconds is not to crash. And if you don't crash and the timer ends, then your points will basically be saved. So we just need to save the points right now. No crashing allowed. Just waiting patiently for the timer to end. We have 3.1 billion even. 3.1 billion. And we had 2.1 billion. So we are 1 billion higher than our PB, which is wild for a solo run. So very happy with that. Just waiting patiently for the timer to end. It should be any second over here. And it is saved. It is saved. And if you look at the top left corner, ladies and gentlemen, 3.1 billion points, 354th place on the leaderboard. Boys, we are back, certified, even though we have gotten pushed out twice. Very happy with that. So guys, try to beat Gucci's score. Probably some of you even have. Definitely a challenge doing it solo. Honestly, it's maybe more fun to do it with a crew. But now I would kind of wanna know, can I get a higher score with this pace with a crew? Is that possible? We'll find out. But anyway, boys, if you like the video, then like. Boys, like if you like, and subscribe if you subscribe, okay? Very motivating words over here. And take care, boys. Peace!